So one of the reasons, if not the main reason why I managed to build this physique, is because I understood progressive overload and how to apply it properly. We've heard it thrown around a lot, but I'm going to teach you 4 practical ways that you can actually implement it into your routine and get the results that you're after. Let's go. So number 1, let's go through the rep progression method. Let's call it the 8-12 rule for simplicity. So what you want to do is pick a weight where you can just barely get 8 reps for 6 sets. So let's say you're doing a bench press and you start with 60 kg, right? You just get 8 reps for 3 sets. And then what you want to do week by week is increase your reps while sticking with the same weight. So you're going to stick with 60 kg. So week 1 you hit 887, next week you hit 898, let's say the week after that you hit 999, etc, etc, and you keep going until you hit 12 reps for all 3 sets. Once you've hit that 12 reps for all 3 sets, then you're going to increase the weight. So maybe add a 2.5 on either side or a 1.25, and then you start back at 8 reps and you're going to repeat the process. So go 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, increase weight, reset. So that's the rep progression method. Number 2 is the weight progression method. So this is more for strength training focus. So what you're going to do is start with the challenging weight that you can lift for 5 reps in good form for 4 sets, okay? So you want to maintain good form. It's very, very important within this. So what you're going to do is add a small amount of weight every single week. So maybe a 5 kg on either side or 2.5 on either side, and you're going to keep that good form and you're going to try and get minimum 5 reps for 4 sets. But what you'll find is as you increase the weight, it'll be a little bit harder, so your reps will drop. If your reps do drop below 3, then the game is to stick with that same weight until you can consistently hit 5 reps for 4 sets. If you've done that, then you increase the weight and repeat. So this is good for strength training, or if you're in a plateau, for example, you can't push through a weight, you can't get past a certain strength exercise, then you can use this to sort of push through that. The next tactic is called the volume progression method. It's called the add a set rule, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to start with 3 sets of 10 reps at a very manageable weight, and once you've done those 3 sets easily of 10 reps, you're going to add a 4th set while keeping the same weight. And what you're going to do, you're going to repeat that until you're doing 5 sets, and then you're going to increase the weight ever so slightly, and then you're going to go back to 3 sets. Super simple. So start with 3 sets of 10. Once that feels easy, 4 of 10. Once that's easy, 5 of 10, then you're going to increase the weight, and then you go back to 3 of 10. It's nice, simple, strategic, but effective. And then number 4, the tempo progression method. Slow it down rule. So what we're going to do is, for example, a regular bench press, but you're going to slow down your reps over the week. So let's say the first week you just do normal, bringing it down and taking it back up, okay? Just standard as you normally see. What you can do in the next couple of weeks is start to lower the bar, for example, with a 3 to 4 second negative. So count 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you can do a pause, and then you can press it back up. And then as the weeks progress, you can increase the negative time length that you're putting your chest under. So instead of doing 3 to 4 seconds, in the next week you can do 4 to 5 seconds, and the week after that you can do 5 to 6 seconds, for example, and then add a pause at the bottom. This is very, very good for those who gets niggles or just come out of injury, for example, because you can force your muscles to work harder week by week without having to add any extra weight. So it's a very, very good tool to build muscle and strength without having to add more load onto your body. So when it comes to practical implementation, I would recommend you pick one of these methods and you apply it across the board for all of your compound exercises, because it's simple that way. Next, I want you to track the weight that you're doing. You can use apps like Heavy, Strong, the Gymshark app, or you can just use Apple Notes, and make sure you're writing down week by week what the weight is that you're lifting, what the target reps are, and if you've got it. What you'll find is if you get a point where you're struggling and your progression's not coming through, then you've clearly got an issue that you can deal with, and there's no other way of knowing this other than this. So let's say you've been stuck at 8 reps and you can't get to that 9th, then you've hit a plateau. So what you can do is really go and reevaluate. Am I eating enough calories? Double down and check that. Am I getting enough sleep? Double down and check that. Am I taking enough rest days? Am I overtraining? You can double down and check that. What I'm saying is, because you've tracked a metric, for example the progressive overload, you can then see if there's an issue, and then you can deal with that issue. And to be honest with you, even if you have the worst workout program ever, if you're implementing progressive overload, I promise you, you will make more progress than if you had the best program in the world but you don't implement this technique. Goodbye.